Alright, so here is how I do my subtitle style. I try to keep it under 5 minutes. First, I go through my clip and I cut out all the silent noise. So, get something like this basically. So I take out all the silent noise. Once I do that, I highlight all the clips. And then duplicate them up. Once I have the duplicated layer, I'll grab all the duplicated, make sure it's connected to the audio, which it is. Right click, hit nest. From there, I'll jump into the nested layer. I'll highlight everything in that nested layer. I have a custom space on Premiere Pro specifically for speed editing these micro contents. So if you need that, let me know. But I head over to the text tab, the captions, transcribe sequence, and it'll transcribe everything that I'm saying here. So let's wait to that. Alright, and so once it's transcribed, it'll show all the subtitles here. Typically I would go through and spell check, but for the sake of this video I won't. I hit the create captions video or button. Make sure it's on single so that the words aren't above each other, they're just on one line. I like my subtitles to be as few words on the screen at a time as possible for the sake of speed and keeping people engaged, so I will move the maximum length in characters down to 20. And then hit create, and it'll create a captions layer with all the captions onto the screen timed to when I'm saying them. I'll go in and stretch them out to make sure that everything is covered like this. Then I will highlight all of the captions. Because of the specific working space I have Central Graphics. You can also find this under Window, I believe it's Window and then Workspaces, and then you can switch through, and I believe it's in Graphics. You can find this as well. Same thing for the text. You can find that under Captions, I believe. So I head over to Essential Graphics. I'll center all of my captions. I'll make all the words capital. I make my font style the same every time. It's Futura, which I believe is still the same default font for TikTok. I'm not sure. Once that's there, I typically would go through and just grab the keywords that I feel stand out to each line. So for example, in this one it's 847, so I'll highlight that word specifically. I'll go over to fill, and then from here is how I choose my default color. Typically I would copy this, I would control C that, so that I hit OK, and so now only that word is there. So as I go through and I find another word that I want to change the color of, I'll highlight that next word, hit fill, and then hit Control V under the color, so it's the same as the last one. And then I just go through and do that for all the keywords, and that's what you get. If you wanted to, for some reason, make all the words the same color, you can highlight every caption. You can go to fill, and for example, if you wanted all the one to be yellow, now all the captions are yellow. My computer's a little bit slow, but you get the idea. After this, I then make the video layer in the nested sequence invisible. I head over to the main sequence. Now that nested sequence that we have is only for captions and audio, so that if I were to move the location of this nested sequence, it now is only that. If I would have went into the nested sequence and left the video layer on, I would have had this happen. So it's very important you make that video layer invisible so that that doesn't happen. And then basically you get a video like that. Boom. If you have any questions, hit me up. Love to help.